So. Thank you, fire, Harold. We got those catching up for everybody, so. You. Yeah, I just talked to Marcus, Marty is going to go there. Or do you want to see on the maps? If they, okay, I know you wouldn't have this guy.
Yeah.
Just turn me on.
No,
For the
no.
They need to get wrestling, but
It's time to go.
whoever.
I'd start my kids now, but unfortunately, it's football season.
All right. I didn't see.
Yeah, no, I want to start earlier, but I could,
But yeah, you're right, but that you still got one football for another month,
I still, yeah, it's still going on until the fourth. That'll be the
if they don't.
end of it. I'll make playoffs.
Like,
But Marcus would be able to jump in and help out, and we'll pick it up.
That's awesome. Thanks, Carol.
Yeah, it'll work out good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate the help.
Okay, ready? Calling the meeting to order, pledge allegiance. Sorry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Harold here.
Brian here. Ron here. Justin here.
Caroline here.
Aiden here.
Thank you. Agenda review. Is there? Consent agenda. I have a couple of questions on the fiscal transactions. We haven't had them for a while and there was a lot to go through. And I actually didn't have a chance until early this morning. And then after work for a little bit to go through. My main question is, why does the volleyball team have over almost $3,500 in the red? And how can that happen?
In the red?
Yeah, they had a balance of $1,996.37. They brought in 2,140. They spent $7,412.09, which put them in the red for $3,727.72.
There is an encumbrance for a credit towards that. So they will have they have a $0 balance. So if you look in the encumbrances, there's
Mhm.
that negative 3275.72.
Where's that coming from?
It's a credit on one of their invoices from one of their trips that they had. It's something that we haven't posted the full payment to the credit card yet, so nothing, what we put out there on the credit card purchase orders, that wasn't the actual expenses that came through.
Okay, all right.
So they are
Because
not,
there was
in the
I
red.
noticed that there was
They spent some money.
yeah, they spent quite a bit. Over
brought in-
$4,000 for a hotel for their camp.
yes.
But they fundraise all that.
Yeah.
They did,
Yeah.
okay.
All this.
All of that is in
I
there.
wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that that's, because I figured that's where that,
Yep, all of that comes out of their club account. Anytime you see a 260 on an account number,
right,
that's their
Yeah.
student body account. And they fundraise for all of those funds.
right, yeah, no,
So-
I understand that. I was just curious as to,
There also is a deposit that was done that's not showing on here because it wasn't deposited until after the month end. I know the deposit is coming, so that's accounted for in here as well in an encumbrance so that they didn't have a negative balance on there as well. It just wasn't in the September deposit.
okay, and where's the other one? Did anybody else have any
I
questions?
asked for mine already.
Which were they?
What was
some of
yours?
mine.
There was like some doubles of stuff, like the maintenance of the dishwasher, it was for two different schools, but it's the same exact dollar amount.
Right,
Uh,
okay.
only other one that I forgot about too, what was the jail one that was for $14,000?
That was mine too.
I lost it. I had it.
The Dell one,
Pro XT, what's that?
That was replacement of technology. One second. I'm gonna open it
I
up.
believe that was, our teacher laptops that were 7 years old.
Okay, so
And that was approved by the board last spring, but it's just now coming
Okay.
through our system.
So that purchase order was done actually in the prior year to get those ordered. It comes out of the technology replacement fund, not out of the general fund. So that's the funds that were actually set aside to replace those computers on the cycle.
and
So
it says 15 and 15, that, it's not like a duplicated invoice. So you got 15 for one school, 15 for another school. That,
I believe that's all that I had as well. That was
Yeah.
the,
and I do apologize for that. I had packets printed and ready to bring to you guys last month. And then I ended up in urgent care. So I do apologize. I
That's why
had it all ready. So
I didn't go to the finance meeting, I'm like, payback.
oh,
I would have much rather been here than at the urgent care. I promise you.
wow.
All right. Well, I'm not coming on Monday. then,
Okay.
So.
Did it,
Sure you will be
Oh.
there Monday.
Yeah.
and, I think we all need to just, not approve 2.3 for the resignations there.
I agree.
We're not gonna approve it, so you can just, suck it up.
Yeah.
Suck it up.
Told ya.
Okay. We have open positions, executive secretary confidential. New hires, Stacy Oliver, substitute bus driver, Millie Lawrence, high school instructional assistant, Jessica, part-time bus driver, Lisa
Coach.
Coach is lead cook, high school.
I do want the board to know that we're going to be doing a staff review. Looking at the executive secretary position and looking at all positions and determining what our needs actually are. Budgets are gonna be tight. And I feel better not giving people pink slips if we have the option to look at existing resignations and trying to figure out how to place those within our schools. But, so this will not be posted, I believe, yeah, she put down, December 18th, so we have a little bit of time to do like a full-on staffing review of where we're at and where we need to go. So I'm hoping to have that presented.
I like to be able to see people. That's when they're talking to me. And I can't see when. I'm just-
Yeah. Okay, what's going on here?
She asked me.
I took something to think for me.
I just sit here listening to this.
So anyway, I just want the board to know that we're looking at our projections now. I wished, she knows I hate her right now. I wish this wasn't where we were looking at it right now, but since the opening is there, this is the time to really evaluate what exactly are our needs and how do we progress as a district, knowing our budgetary future is a little wonky.
Is this something of trying to do that review like over the course of the next month or what? So we could address the next board meeting, discuss a little further?
There's not a really, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer that with a simple yes.
With
but,
an asterisk.
Yeah, with an asterisk.
Let's talk to Toby.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so I just want you to know that we're
Yeah,
taking
it's just. an
these
update
decisions
for-
on hiring very seriously and
Yeah.
people are gonna expect it to be posted probably sooner than, the admin staff and I are gonna be ready to post it. Cause we
Yeah.
just want to make sure we're doing due diligence right now.
Yeah.
And our future, we need to do that.
Any motions?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Vote.
Gerald, yes.
Brian, yes?
Ron, yes. Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes.
Aiden, yes.
Response to public forum correspondence handouts. The board will hear comments from anyone present who wishes to speak on any item not on the agenda, but the board will not necessarily take action at this time. There will be a 3-minute time limit for anyone speaking. Is there any? Okay, thank you. Reports, board report. I want to let the board know I did, and Liz, that I did sign up for the regional meeting that is happening on the next Tuesday, the OSBA roundtable. And if any of you can make that, I suggest that you sign up to it. It talks about all of the new rules and regulations that are coming up.
That's different than the road show that they're doing. Is that the?
That's the same thing. Well, it's the roundtable road show. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's the road show.
Okay.
Which is all of the.
Yeah, I went.
Yeah.
I went to.
Yeah.
That's Tuesday?
Huh?
There's going to be training.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's 6 PM to 7. Well, it starts at 6. But you do have to sign up for it.
What kind of trainings are they? Last time I went, there was no
No,
trainings.
No,
it's new this year.
Okay.
So it just depends. You could have an
One
advanced
for
or
the
other
ESD.
specific training. They could be like board 101.
Is this
Parliament.
the ESD?
Hmm?
Is it through the
So I don't know what they are doing in particular, but I. can-
It's the OSBA.
Yeah, but
and
that's
it's half
ESD.
the ESD. Yes.
The basic board trainings that we've already talked about doing, they will be doing those at this meeting. So the introduction to board 101.
I was thinking that this was actually also
This is the one I told
The
you
rule-
about that they were setting up.
the rules. No, this is the rules and regulations. This isn't the training one, as far as I know. I'll pull it up and let you know after the
Okay.
meeting.
Okay.
I'm not gonna waste time on that.
Okay,
Um,
I just know that they're
yeah.
setting up and I thought it was a paired
yeah,
meeting.
no, I don't think it's that. Also, I would like to, because our budget is getting so very, very tight. I'm gonna ask you guys, what do you guys think about maybe giving up dinners at our meetings here? Because,
That's fine. We've also talked about in the past,
That
everyone
we-
taking turns.
turns doing one, yeah, and bringing it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So instead of, yeah, I think it's a really nice thing to be able to have here for, especially for the staff that has to go home afterwards, not in the area. It's very nice to have here. But with the budget the way that it is, I would suggest that either we start taking turns and we do a sign up sheet or we let it go. And I'm going to ask how you guys feel about that.
Agreed. Sign-up sheet's a great idea.
I'm nominating Brian.
I nominate me too.
Brian.
Trying defending.
Huh?
Brian in charge of food.
There you, okay.
I-
Stones now, see.
Brian or Richard.
That is true.
Just
Wow,
Brian's
we
job.
just, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Alrighty then. Just for community information, the Halloween contest is gonna be at the elementary school on the 25th. Sign up starts at 11 AM. Don't be late if you want to do that. And they're doing the parade. And if people can show up to that, the kids would love you. They love doing that. I have for after the meeting, cards for you guys to sign for the retirees. And, it's coming up to November for the new people on the board. The city council always, gives a donation to the CCVCA out of the counselors and mayor's pocket. And for their biggest fundraiser in November, which is the dessert auction and a raffle that they do. And they usually do a $100 donation. And every year they challenge the school board to do the same. So I'm going to ask if that's something, they have asked me to ask if that's something that we would like to do. So it would be, what?
That's fine.
$20 a piece.
Yeah.
Or the two new guys could just pop in 50 each and call it.
Well, Ron can cover it since he has so
No.
much time.
I'm on
Very
picked income.
advanced.
You could have him picking up the hand on the sign up.
Yeah, you got
Right.
plenty of time. You can go to the bottle drop.
Okay, then,
Yeah.
if you could just get that to me next meeting, that would be wonderful. And I'll,
I will do it now because I'll forget.
okay, you can do it now too, or after the meeting. Thank you. That's my, anybody else have anything?
I always say every year, you know, obviously community was that auction, pies, right? And then desserts.
Dessert, yeah.
Dessert off.
Uh-huh.
I'll make a couple. Donate.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay.
I went to outdoor school again.
Oh, you
It
did?
was a lot of fun. Different group of kids,
Outdoor.
Yeah,
different situation. We only went one day or two, we went one day less this year. And I think that was fine.
How that goes, I'll go to school.
Which actually helped because there's a small reduction, not a small, it's like an 8% reduction in outdoor school funds. So anyway, the amount that we got in our grant actually almost exactly covered what we spent going by reducing by one day. And so that, I think it was better on the kids and the families,
I think so.
and it was better on our pocketbooks. So.
awesome.
There was a lot of, like, last year we went 3 nights and some kids got pretty homesick that Thursday night. And it was like, you could tell this was one day too long, but outdoor school, is different. I went when I was in 6th grade and it was a little bit more, how do I say this?
Outdoorsy?
Outdoorsy
Hands-on.
and probably more, like educational in a sense, or maybe it was different educational. There's this educational too. I think for a lot of kids, it's a big experience for some of the kids in Glendale.
But never gone there.
That probably haven't done anything like this before in their lives. So I think for them, it's kind of, to me, it's a big deal to them. Cause I think it's something they're gonna remember for a long time.
I enjoy that it happens in the fall because it kind of brings hopefully that class pretty tight together in a common mission and a common goal. You know, we've done both the fall and the spring. And in my career, I've done both the fall and the spring, but I also always preferred the fall.
Yeah.
Spring,
Also with our robust baseball program and rage and
Yeah.
everything we do in the spring, it's like, good luck, we can barely plan on, you know, anything, graduation for the kids during the.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so big.
yeah. So, yeah, fun experience. I will say OASU did get a fairly significant cut this year. And so,
They did.
you know, along with everybody else, I'm hoping they're gonna hold on because I do think that's probably one of the most valuable things that happens to some of our kids.
Yes, I would.
And so,
I don't know if I can make that, but that's what I was trying to get. to.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
And for us to pick up the cost would be a little bit cumbersome, because I think it's close to $11,000. That OSU, I think they're reimbursing us, like, I think it's about $1,000 less. I think we're gonna owe about $1,000. But we felt like the money was well invested at $1,000. But yeah, so any advocacy that we can to keep that program going.
I did appreciate that it sucks for the people who work in extension staff, but they reduced their administrative staff that helps, you know, promote outdoor school and help you with the grants and everything. They took a big hit too. They lost a lot of OSU extension staff on that deal, but it kept schools funding to go to outdoor school.
You made the right decision.
Thank you. Anybody else? 4.2 ASB report.
I couldn't actually print out my report and put anything, so I'm kind of just going off memory. recently ASB was able to replace 2 of our positions. We've replaced Zoe Lewis as from our secretary position to Ireland Bodine, and our senior class president has been replaced to Kirsten Brown. The other 2, due to just conflict of schedules and other stuff, couldn't make it this year, so we had to replace those. Right now, ASB is trying to plan homecoming is our biggest effort right now. Right now our theme is, I'm pretty sure it's Night in Carnival, or Rio de Carnival, or Night in Rio. We kind of haven't decided on the name, but generally our theme is a night in Rio, so like bright colors and stuff. For homecoming, one of the things we're planning right now is Thursday, the school day before that, is going to be a whole event day, and some of the activities we're doing is going to be community cleanup for around the school and around the town a little bit, as well as read to the elementary for some of these student athletes. That's none of this is confirmed. This is all just rough planning of the schedule. We actually need to arrange how we're gonna make all this happen, but that's our rough schedule for it right now.
I will add that they are actively seeking and developing concepts for their floats so that we would have the parade, as far as I know. Right?
Right now, all of our classes are actively coming up with themes for their parades and trying to find time to work on them.
So, we're definitely seeing more of a focus after last year when everybody said we're not gonna do this. The kids are jumping in and saying, yeah, we kind of missed that.
Let's do this.
Yeah, and so, and I know that we're still seeking some adults to help support it as well.
Right now, one of the biggest issues the classes are having is getting access to the trailers to actually start building their floats. I think so far 2 of our classes have actually come to me from their class presidents and said that they're ready to start working.
Do you have trailers set up?
Right now we have 2 of the trailers set up. We're trying to see who has trailers right now to see who we can provide for and who actually needs them.
How many more do you need?
Well, I think only 2.
You need 2?
I'm pretty sure.
I'll have you answers by tomorrow. I want to get in touch with you.
All right, thank you.
And if I have access to one that I can bring up if we need to.
Okay.
So,
I for sure have at least one.
Okay.
I just need to check the other one as far as.
Yeah.
Check with me too, Joel.
What?
Check with me too.
okay. Yeah, because if I don't have to drive it up, that would be great.
Gretchen says, I offered to classes if they need trailers, we can get.
Okay. All right. So hopefully by tomorrow, we now nail down the trailer options. Okay.
Hopefully. The other thing that we're trying to find right now for homecoming to like present the court. Usually we have like the Hellcats or all those newer, sportier looking cars. This year we're switching to like the older fashioned looking cars.
Cool.
And I think we have 2 available right now. Has one talked to you yet?
I would,
Cool.
I would,
There's our answer there.
suggest
So
talking to Bill, Woodard, who is in charge of the Glendale, car club that have all of the Model Ts and all of that. They would probably love to do that. And if you want me to reach out, I can.
all right.
Okay.
They're probably gonna
So
need the
are you
assistance
asking
with
her
all
to
the
reach out, or
reaching
are you
out.
gonna reach
I'm sorry, what?
I would recommend you reach out because they're probably gonna need the assistance. I think they need a.
Yeah, I said I'll
Okay.
reach
Yeah,
out.
if you can reach out, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You probably have a classic to throw in as well.
Yeah. I would have that too, but I'd have to drive it up.
Probably be a good thing. Ron would drive it for you.
I could send Ron down.
Yes, Ron wants to drive it anyway.
Your James Martin.
Her class.
Yeah, he's in that.
Well, I'm gonna be on the shelf.
That's
after
what I was
next
gonna.
Thursday.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
You would look cool in a convertible 67.
No,
Cherry red.
my looking cool is long past.
Come on,
She
Ron.
had
it
a
needs to be
microphone.
driven.
She could talk.
My fear is it breaks down on the way up.
It's only a few classes, so, yeah.
It'll be fine.
And when is that parade gonna be?
The parade is the 23rd.
Is that
Fine.
Pretty sure we're gonna try and start the parade from 3 to 3:30.
Okay, but the classic cars are only needed
For the game.
for the game.
They're only need for the game. We've talked about trying to get them in the parade, but
That might be much.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we thought it'd be a little bit too much of a
Yeah.
reach.
Yeah, so it's at the game and that's
For not being here, she's talking a little.
24th.
She needs a mic.
There you go.
I'm here. Sorry, I just didn't want to butt in, but the parade, I talked to Nina. We have all the transportation set up today for kids getting to and from the elementary school. Parade will be Thursday at 3. Have a couple community partners who are also going to put cars in. I asked Brian if he wants to get one for their 4-H club. I think Sydney and Jack are working on for one for FFA and CTE. Wednesday, we have a motivational speaker coming to the school. His story is pretty rad. He's actually from Oregon, born and raised. And so he's coming. I figured that would kind of help kick some things off as well for our students and hopefully build some, I don't know, just, yeah. So we have some cool things planned, for those couple of days.
Is that in your report too, or no?
No, because this is, I sent my report in like the first day Elizabeth asked for it.
Gotcha.
This is, and we would have finalized everything today, but poor Megan was out sick. So I have the schedules all written out, but we did not put the final stamp on it today because she was out.
Perfect, thank you. Once the whole thing is together, can we get an agenda? Thanks. Okay. Anything else you have?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Thank you for everything you're doing. Pretty awesome. Thanks. 4.3 Superintendent.
I'm gonna start off with some positives. I got to play at the elementary today. I'm telling you,
No, nice.
that was the easiest job I've had in months.
See what she's saying, Devin?
Actually,
It's
it was,
not that
you
bad.
know, it was like going home. Elementary minded, and it was so much fun to hang with little people and whatnot. Went around and started picking some things up that I noticed. And one of the things that I found was their captain's blog first edition. I know some parents probably got it. And I was reading through it and I thought, this is what we want to do to promote what we're doing in Glendale. We talked a lot about that. And I believe Angela put this little puppy together that really brings full circle what the whole school is doing. I just really appreciated that thought and the process that went in to create something that I'm assuming we sent out to all parents. Right? Yeah.
Awesome.
In addition, I found this, which is a STEAM night coming up in Glendale. You know, one of our missions this year is really to bring parents and families directly back into school, doing activities that are engaging. And so the elementary is working with the STEAM Hub out of Roseburg and bringing down a whole bunch of different activities. STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. See, I tested them. So Thursday, November 13th, in our gym is going to be just a plethora of activities that are engaging, hands-on, programs for our kids to be doing. Going along with the high school, and I forgot to print off the high school list of special days, but the elementary put out a spirit in conjunction with the high school, their spirit days for the week. So they're going to be doing their pajama day, their wacky wardrobe day, their sports and college day, and their pirate pride day, which are in alignment with what the high school is doing as well, supporting our student athletes as a full-on community. So it was just kind of cool to walk around and see some of this. And they didn't know I was picking all of this stuff up. In addition, and I could do the same thing at the high school. I think I need to. In addition, this was sent to me today from Project Youth Plus. And it's a rundown of activities that have been happening with our new Project Youth Plus coordinator, which is Susie Snelling. And just some things that they're working on and some trainings that they've been attending. And she has been hot on the trail for scholarships and the applications and helping kids get started on writing their essays and stuff. She has just hit the ground running in the last couple of weeks to move our kids forward in this post-secondary application of what we're doing here. And it's just been really cool to see, but I thought the report was kind of a nice summary of some of the things that she's been doing.
It's nice to see that because that's things that we don't see
Yeah.
and you don't realize it.
That it's happening in the background, yeah.
And just me as being a person in the world, I think that if kids can have, the more information kids can have about after school,
Yeah.
the better off they're gonna be.
I understand. I think she said she has 7 students potentially looking at military. She has several students looking at post-secondary in UCC or collegiate. And she also is setting up a program for like CTE type career where she takes the kids and they can see, you know, what would it take to be a firefighter? What would it take to be a mechanic? What would it take to be a welder? Our collaboration, like you think we pay right under $20,000 for Project Youth Plus, but the buyback that we get for that program is twice, 3 times, 4 times that amount. And so it is something that I have really appreciated over the last couple of years. And Susie has, after Rebecca retired last year, Susie has taken it over seamlessly, that we're still continuing to develop opportunities for our kids. Do have some bad news. Our district freezer went down in flames. Yes, we are waiting for some parts. We did lose a considerable amount of products in the process. Anytime I have to say we're taking a loss, it's a hard thing. I appreciated our team, Clint and Lenny and Shelley, coming in, really looking at what it was. They came in on Sunday night because they figured out that it was down, and they saved some of our resources, but it is an area that we're going to take a little bit of a hit in on this month. So
It's just like a walk-in freezer.
yeah, it's an industrial
We know what went down.
apart.
Something to keep it cool.
The
The Freon.
spinny thing. No. Honestly, I don't know what part it is. We are working with the refrigeration guys, and they are searching right now.
I think they move everything to elementary school.
Yes, everything right now. So the big one, the big district one is at the elementary school. It's in the back shed, or I don't know, shed.
Gary Bowles.
Yeah. So this one has not gone down in a long time. It was replaced, from what I understand, 6 years ago.
So they're in good shape.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that the total fix is not real bad, but we are losing some funds in our food service.
Yeah.
they had to redo lunches this week so they could utilize some of the stuff that had thawed without, that. I also attended the road show, the legislative road show, this month. There's not a lot of real strong positives coming out of our legislative. They're going to do their short session. So I guess every other year they do a long and then a short. The financial forecasts have been pretty catastrophic in comparison to where they thought they were going to be. And then there's not a lot on the table as far as legislative requirements in the short session that really we're going to be too worried about. But it was interesting to listen to some of that. For your data snap for this month, and I was at the elementary, so I didn't get everything typed up. My other set of, oh my, and I'm hoping that this is going to recover. I did a analysis of attendance in this period of time from August to October 15th for 2024 and 2025. At the elementary in 2024, K through 5, we had 125 students. This year we have 115. At the middle school, we had 84 students. We have 86, so we added a couple. At the high school, we had 76, and this year we have 74. So we are down a good chunk of kids. Like us being down 1 or 2 or 3 doesn't concern me. Us being down 10 to 12, that's an area that we're going to be tracking over the next couple of months, hoping that recoups and we get a few more kids in.
It's 6 in all, sitting at the elementary school right now.
Yeah. And
Seven.
7? Okay, I knew about 3 at the elementary from today. So I'm just saying we have to be cautious where our numbers are. We get paid on our numbers. When we're looking at the attendance profiles, we're above 90% at the elementary. We're above 90% at the middle school. We're at, I think it said 87. Is that right? At the, and we need to keep those numbers high because that's how we get paid.
Correct me if I'm wrong, that 87 is good though at the high school, right? We've been below that before,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
It's good.
obviously we want better, but that's better
Yeah.
than it has been, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And high school in particular goes up and down quite a bit. They seem to have minds of their own at that level. And so, we'll be working on utilizing the Ford Foundation grant for a lot of engagement, a lot of encouragement. I know that the high school did their attendance party this month, and it was well received by the kids. I think they did Sundays, or did they do? What'd you do, Gretchen?
We did Sundays.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something quick, but a lot of impact on the kids because they've got to do that. I also looked at our elementary iReady scores. And I have to say I was really encouraged by the score profile. 3 years ago, we were 50% or better in the red zone. Right now, we are 50% or better in the yellow zone. And so when I did the calculations, we have 2 grade levels that are struggling a little bit. And I know that Mr. Hunt has poured a lot of extra support into those. They're not a surprise grade level to us. But when we have an entire first grade group at kindergarten or above on the very first assessment of the school year, like nobody below that tractional level that means that they understood kindergarten and they maintained it over the summer.
That's
Like, that's a
plus.
huge plus. I know, I mean, it's hard to understand how that data works, but that's a huge plus. She's nodding her head. We're looking at our second grade since she's here, and 2/3 of the class maintained or grew over the summer. And so that's a testament to our families, but it's also a testament to the structure of programming that we're trying to do to maintain them. Huh?
Pushed hard our summer learning.
They lose.
Yeah. So looking at this data point in the iReady, that's really encouraging to see where the numbers are and where we can grow. And I'm just telling you a couple of the different grade levels. We do have a couple that we're pushing in a lot of resources to see if we can help them accelerate just a little bit faster. And this bodes well because iReady is correlated to the state assessment. Along with that, they will be coming out within the next month, the accountability profiles that we have to meet. Part of the accountabilities is that we will have to pick one of 4 baseline assessments. And right now I'm praying to the assessment gods that they select iReady so that we do not have to do an entirely different program. But I need you to know that the state may come out. It sounds like iReady is in the mix right now. But there's a lot of voices in the pot. That's just one of the requirements that we're gonna have to meet going into the second half of our school year on the accountability. And I will bring more of that information to you as they're really late in rolling out what they're expecting the school districts to do. So, but I am hoping, based on these scores and what we have and the teachers that we have at the elementary and the teachers that we've hired at the high school who are doing an amazing job getting programs up and running, that we're putting that academic foot forward. That's my report.
Thank you. Pre-K, 5th grade, do you want to add anything to your
Yeah, I got
report?
things to add. I don't know if
Okay.
Bridget can get my report, I guess.
I'm the
So,
data
first,
person.
like, thank you to the staff. So I don't know, you guys may see my emails, maybe you don't, but we've had multiple days this year where we had between 4 and 8 people out. Our average is 5 or 6 staff. And when you only have 18 staff, being down 6 is challenging. We've yet to have a substitute take up a job at the elementary school. So working on that with Bridget, we met with our substitute agency and kind of made our demands clear of what needs to be true for us to continue that relationship. But the staff have covered really well internally, and just want to say thank you for that, because they've just kept the building going. Some positives, so Bridget talked about the STEAM night, so that's through the ESD, Team Hub, and Take Root Parenting. So one of our missions, both with the Ford Family Grant and the Community Schools initiative that we started last spring, was to engage community partners. So a lot of that is money that we maybe would have spent out of our grant, where we're spending some from the grant and we're multiplying that by partnering with these nonprofits who are coming with all of the expertise and the equipment for nights for us.
Which is awesome.
Another partnership I made just in being at a community event in Roseburg was an organization named EAT, which is families engaging and thriving together. So one thing I worry about as we engage community partners is the feeling like when we bring people down to do good things for our community is they're outsiders, or they're telling me how I need to parent or things like that. And something that's really cool about this organization is they work in neighborhoods and communities in Douglas County, and the groups that are run are really facilitated by like parents in that community. And they're talking about maybe challenges they have, and they do a lot of engaging nights for parents, but also as parents in that community get to know each other. There's also, it prompts deeper conversations or give families tools. And that's not gonna be any cost to us, but on November 14th from 5 to 7, we're doing our first event with them, which is called Mom's Night Out. So it's an event for moms to come together. They have fun activities planned. I won't be there. I'll just unlock the building. Anyway, that's another partnership we've made that I think is gonna be, I hope fruitful. I also pointed them to Kelsey at the library, and they've got like a reading event going on.
Yes,
So,
I was gonna say, they've started in on doing some stuff at the library, and they're probably gonna be coming for the Halloween
Great.
and doing hands-on stuff with the kids while we're judging. So, yeah.
I think that's one thing to point to, is just like they told me, I asked, do you serve Douglas County, all of Douglas County, or just Roseburg? They said, yeah, but we can't find any space in Glendale. And I said, boy, we got space. So we've got places for you. If you want to take a drive down, we've got things. So I'm glad to hear they're partnering with other people.
Yeah.
But I think that's just one partnership that we're gonna see come out of this grant and this community schools initiative, where we can control the controllables at school, which are educating kids. But all people come with, past experiences or trauma or things they're struggling with. And the more that we can help our strengthen our families at home, the more I feel like we're gonna be able to successfully educate kids, right? Because so much of if their basic needs aren't met, it's so hard to focus on the academics. So the more that we can engage families, I think the better. We're going to Pumpkin Patch tomorrow, second annual. So I'm just saying that so we keep going. Second annual Pumpkin Patch. K through 5, pre-K through 5. So every kid gets a pumpkin. We're headed to Fort Benoit. Have a bunch of parents to talk about healthy things that went through the background check process, going to the pumpkin patch for their kid. Maybe they wouldn't have done that, right? So that's going to be awesome. Tentatively, we're looking at going to the Holt Center in Eugene on November 18th for kids performance. That's 3rd through 5th grade, and they're going to see the Eugene Symphony do a performance. Haven't told teachers that yet. We're going. So this is my announcement now. She's in 3rd through 5th, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, we're gonna go do that. They've got this cool performance where, anyway, they're gonna do a whole. Bridget labeled it the Lion King performance. It's not, but it's something along those lines: kangaroos and animals. It's really cool.
The circle of life.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I do think, as we talk about STEAM, our fruits are showing in the math and the reading scores. But I do believe in educating the child as a whole, which is why I appreciate the investment in our music program, keeping that at the elementary. So this is something I think is going to kind of enrich the experience with kids. So those are my positives. Title I, with the thank yous, we lost a Title I teacher due to moving to a different district. We advertised that position for months and didn't find. We had found some first-year teachers, but if we were going to invest a sizable amount of money in a Title I reading teacher, we wanted them to be a specialist in reading, which we're kind of pushing. We've got our teachers to professional development so that they can be the reading specialist, right? And so, big thank you to our instructional assistant staff. It's taken a little bit to get that off the ground. Bridget mentioned data. We're doing dibbles. It's back to like me working with teachers to lead the reading program instead of having someone who kind of does that. And that's been challenging, especially when we have 6 people out, because even if they're not all aides, a lot of our aides have become substitute teachers or covering other things. And so our reading program's kind of been hard to get going, but the staff's really dedicated. So that's been great. I mentioned substitutes, so we're working on problem solving that. And then just, I kind of some wins with some families. So I had a rough week last week. Bridget can tell you one day, had some big things happen where families and children had things going on in their life. And they brought those to us at the office. And there were things that we had to do with law enforcement and things, but they felt like the school is the only place I know that I can go where you guys will help me. So those
That's
were
good.
some great wins with our families that, anyway, we're doing good things. The teachers are rocking it, and that's what I got.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So high school isn't on here.
6:12.
6:12.
Oh, 6:12, hello. Thank you. I'm going, where the heck? Did you have anything to add, Gretchen?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Not off the top of my head. I guess the only thing I'll say is I think some stuff culture wise is coming around. That first month was a little tough. With some students adjusting to the new norm and expectations and just having a lot of conversations with students and teachers and how we're gonna treat adults and I guess in the last week or so I think that's kind of really started to shift and I feel like kids are starting to work with us more than against us. I mean, we still have, a few here and there, but I think they know that we truly do care and love about them or love them and we will love up on them. We just need them to meet us halfway. So that's been huge. Kids getting their grades up to play sports. I don't know if any of you guys saw the post from the district Facebook page that I put it up there from senior night last night for volleyball. Just the turnout of kids and the crowd that showed up, and then the mascot wanting to get involved, and so we let it happen. And kids this morning were still coming up to me in the hallway, and they're like, "That has to happen every game. We got to play shout, like we got to, they're getting jazzed and they're getting amped, and so that's just fun to kind of have that buzz coming back to life. I feel like a little bit, and kids that usually might be a little bit checked out or too cool, they're speaking up about it and how cool they think it is. So to me, that's a huge win because Bridget's seen me on a couple tough days and it's tough. So anyways, there's a lot of good happening and there's more to come.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'll just say real quick on that to reiterate what she said. Went to the volleyball game last night, and by all means, not that I've attended everything, but it was definitely exciting to see the gym packed, the atmosphere, the excitement of the students. Definitely the pirate mascot. I mean, all of the above. It was a pretty fun night. So I think like the students as well. It's fun as a parent community member to see it that way. Right, that's what we hope for. So it's definitely exciting.
Quite cool. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for any of the other reports? Do you have anything?
I wanted to just add a couple of things. Just kind of give an update. We are knee deep in audit. It is going smoothly this year, I would say, much better than it went last year. So I think most of the way through the 250 requests that they had for us to submit. So that is rocking and rolling. I do just want to keep you guys updated. The state school fund, they are doing some additional rebalancing this year.
Sorry.
So we had our first rebalancing in September, that impacted our October payment. That showed us at about $11,000 less than what we were anticipating to get for the year. Not panicking because 11,000, I'm hoping we can make that up somewhere. The unfortunate part is that they're going to do another rebalance in November, that will impact our December payment. We don't really know what that looks like. They're basing it on the funding in the state as well as the enrollment numbers. Glendale is not alone in the fact that there are numbers dropping. So we don't really know what that impact is going to look like on that December payment. I won't know until sometime in November when that comes out, but I don't want it to be a shock or a surprise to anybody. I have also been on the calls with ODE. I've been on the calls watching the federal shutdowns and all of that. So, that's something I feel like we're in a meeting at least every other day trying to get those. So Bridget and I will be watching that and keeping you guys as or is up to date on those impacts. When we know, you'll know. They have sent out memos to all of us saying not to panic. The minute I get an email that says not to panic, I panic. So, know that I'm panicking for you. But we're just gonna watch that and see what it does. The district has been pretty fiscally responsible, so we are not in as bad of a position as some other districts.
So has the meeting, since the meeting didn't take place, has that been rescheduled?
It's Monday.
Monday, okay.
I will also say we are knee deep in 2 other audits, just so you know. We have our food service audit continuing, and our transportation audit.
And that's something that I was going to throw in and I completely forgot. I actually got a phone call from the people that were doing our audit for finance. So this is the first time that I've ever received, they wanted a video chat with actually seeing your face. I couldn't have it blank. And apparently you have to be face to face, either video or in person. And they asked questions about past, different questions about just the whole finances and everything. So I don't know if that's something that's going to be new to every year, or if that's just this audit company, or.
So I will tell you, typically, that's a requirement with audit
Interesting.
companies.
This is the first time in all the years that I have been a chair.
They did meet with Tom last year.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a video chat or not, but what they're trying to do is assess where you think the district is at with the fraud level.
Right.
And where the board feels that everything is going financially. They can hear from me and they can hear from Bridget and they see all the numbers, but they want to hear that from the board chair. So
Yeah.
This particular audit company, that will be the way that they do it, is a video chat. A lot of the other audit companies will either do it in person or over the phone. So it is a typical thing that they should be doing.
Yeah, I was surprised. It was like, what? Uh-uh. Thank you.
Mhm.
Does anybody have any questions for any of the other reports? Yeah. 5.0, new business. 5.1, charter school agreements.
So in 2021, the board and then Mr. Hanson, superintendent, established the Glendale pre-K 12 charter community school. Under the district, we are basically known as one school in 2 different sites. And this has to be reviewed every 5 years. So in 2026, we have to renew our charter. So this is going to be step 1 in the process, which is to notify the board that we are going to be looking at our charter. Familiarizing what our charter says. So you have the original document here. Next month, I will be bringing proposed changes to some of the sections of the charter and updates based on where we're at now. For example, throughout this, it says that Dave is the superintendent.
Right.
So, but there are a few sections that need to be updated and probably more in alignment with our integrated plan and objectives. So I will be working on this next month to bring it back to you as a proposed charter agreement moving forward. We are in a very weird, unique situation where you are both the board of Glendale School District 77 and the board of our charter program. Yes. Okay. So right now I'm speaking to Glendale School District 77 board in saying, just seems weird, in saying, that I'm asking you to consider renewing this charter as we go through the process. There are essentially 3 steps that we're going to do. One is tonight, you have the charter agreement as it was written in 2021. Next month, I will propose a new charter agreement that has been updated for you, and we will get that out to you so that you can review it. We have to have 2 public meetings that allow our community, and so we will put out public notices to the board meetings that we will be reviewing our charter. And they can come in, and then we have to post our proposal for the public comments as well. So we can put on something on our website that says, here's our charter. Do you have any questions? Do you have any comments? Kind of thing. And then open up in 2 different board meetings the ability to review the charter and comment on the agreement. Then you vote, and then we submit the document to the state of Oregon for the agreement. Does that make sense? It's actually a pretty simple process, but it just takes a few steps. So I wanted to get started. It's technically not due until May of 2026. A lot happens in our spring.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like if we are really going to look at this, that we should start it now. My projection is no later than March to have an agreement and a charter ready to go to be able to submit to the state. Are you guys okay with that timeline? Okay. All right, that was it.
Thank you.
Easy, easy.
Step 1, done.
5.2, Division 22 standards.
Oh, you guys know I love these. Okay, so for those of you who are new to the board, I'm gonna give you a little bit of background on Division 22. The state requires us to report and verify that we are in compliance with all of the state rules and regulations. And they do it through this report, which is Division 22. It is our assurance that we are in compliance with the rules and procedures that the state of Oregon has outlined. So you will see things on here like the diploma requirements. We require the 24 credits to receive a diploma. We offer a modified or an extended diploma. That we do career education, independent adoptions of instructional materials, that we have aligned and focused educational systems with credit options and curriculum and supports for students outside of those curriculums. Most of this is embedded in our handbooks, it's embedded in our policies, it's embedded in our procedure. So one of the requests from the Oregon Department of Education is I created links to our documentation that says we meet these requirements. Okay. There is one assessment of essential skills and the essential skills assessment for ELL learners, which are postponed until the 27 school year. But other than those, we meet the structural compliance in each one of these areas. And it is my obligation to report to the board that we are in compliance. It's a lot. You can click on any of these. You will either be sent to policies or handbooks, or the only link that I don't think is active right now is the school improvement plan, because I realized I need to rewrite it in a document that I can link to it, because it's done in a smart sheet. They're not so smart. And so I have to realign it and line it up so that we can have a document that we can link to it. Okay. And I realized that about halfway through this. It's a fun project to do every year. I did. But this year they changed the order of all of the categories. So I couldn't just like control copy. I had to go in and relink everything. I was really appreciative of that. So, do you have any questions about Division 22? Okay. As a board, I need you to approve.
Oh, so this is,
Yeah. Sorry.
okay. Okay, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to accept Division 22
Approve.
standards,
Report.
approve the Division 22 standard report.
Second that.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Vote.
Gerald, yes.
Ryan, yes.
Ron, yes.
Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes.
Aiden, yes.
You read all of them too, didn't you?
5.3, board compensation policy, BHP.
So we have postponed this one a couple of times.
Yes, we have.
It is not a required policy. As it is written, it is saying that the board may elect to have stipends for their participation on the school board. In accordance with the adopted budget. We do not currently have a budgeted line item in our budget for this. Boards may choose to not accept the stipend by notifying the business office. Stipends will be issued monthly if they are voted on. And that the board members are obligated to any tax. By adopting this sample policy, it does not mean that you are saying that the board will establish a stipend or reimbursement policy. It's saying that the board can,
Right,
as an elected body. So
I was gonna say, if we decide not to adopt at all, it can always come back later with the school board or at a later date, if that's something that, comes up.
yeah, and
But-
it clearly says the adoption of this policy does not mean that a stipend reimbursement will be paid.
Right.
Any stipend or reimbursement is contingent upon further actions of the board.
Right,
It's not a required policy.
no,
As far as I know, it's not, it doesn't have the R on it.
no, it is not, it
We
is
should be
not,
good.
it is not.
I knew it.
So,
You researched this when you went to the.
yes, I did. And I personally would say that we vote to not have
I don't,
it.
we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do at this point. Would, do
You would need a motion.
Well, yeah, but
You guys
what
didn't
is
sign
your
up on this to get rich?
what is?
So
Thought my check was in the mail.
Awesome.
I am very careful about
Yeah,
recommending policy, especially policy that benefits.
Mhm.
If the board is in agreement, I think that they need to make a motion
Yeah, okay.
to support what the board agrees to.
Okay.
That was me politically not saying anything.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Did you get that?
So
We need a motion. not to
would somebody,
add it in the-
yeah, would somebody like to make a motion?
How do you want to phrase?
I'd like to make a motion that we do not adopt the board compensation policy BHD into our current school policy.
I'll second that.
There's a motion and second. Any further discussion?
We're voting that we are not adding it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Wanted to make sure.
No.
No, I
Okay.
agree with you.
Vote.
Yeah, Gerald, yes.
Ryan, yes. Ron, yes.
Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes.
Aiden, yes.
You can be in the discussion too. You can say anything when
You
you
can say like, I
say.
think I should.
Yeah.
Preface the fact that you would.
Yeah, I read that.
Well,
three
they've-
times. It
they've
never
got-
makes sense.
Yeah, they've got wording now how it can be done. If you do adopt it in, you can vote on one person's we would vote on his, he would abstain, and the rest of us would vote.
Oh, and go line by
And go
line.
line by line, exactly. And that's basically the way that they would do it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, Ron is on a fixed income.
Okay. 5.4, district goals. Everybody have a chance to read them?
I read, I think we did this last year, or last year, because that was the board.
Yeah, that was the board of director goals and priorities, which, yeah, thank you for. The one that we got sent in our packet was the wrong one. So,
Was it?
yeah, this is the correct one now. Yeah, okay, and now the district goals.
So the first goal is to increase achievement for every student and close the achievement gap, provide the highest quality of instruction possible, with focus being on building relationships, providing safe environments to learn.
And that's student achievement in person, yeah.
Yeah.
Increase the achievement for every student close. The board is committed to working towards every student graduating and becoming, when I've read this, I was curious about with no more than 10 absences. That was my,
So the reason that the 10 absences was chosen, because that puts us at the 90%.
Yeah.
It
Attendance
is.
rate.
okay,
For the year.
okay. Okay,
I would say that we are about 85% successful on that. I'd have to actually do the calculations, but
mhm,
we're mostly successful with that, but the ones that have structural problems with attendance have big structural problems and hit us hard.
What is 10 absent?
You're not, it's gone.
Feast or
yeah,
famine.
okay.
How does 10 absences drop you to 90%?
It's more like 95%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you got 160 school days, so.
Yeah.
I was supposed to, that's only 100
Yeah.
school days.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Any input from anybody out there, here?
So in some districts, when we're looking at the integrated plan, and we talked about this at the end of last year. Do you want, and like, we're working towards more specific targeted goals on our integrated plan.
Right.
Does the district want to look at an area of achievement that is the target and increasing? I say that because, my area would be math.
That
And-
would be,
And, you know, is that an area that the board wants to direct to say, we want some of our resources and our programming going towards stronger math instruction to increase our math scores by 5% annually. And then it's more of a numerical chart that you can follow versus an abstract, yeah, we made that kind of goal.
so student achievement in person, couldn't we do both? What says that we only have the one goal?
I think that's what she's saying. We could add more specifics to it.
Or, okay.
More
I-
to
okay,
it. So
okay.
increase
Gotcha,
student
gotcha,
achievement
gotcha.
for every
Okay.
student and close the achievement gap,
Okay,
provide the highest quality, blah, blah, blah.
okay,
Um,
okay,
Add-
okay.
add-
Increase math.
Math scores, and you can choose your forum, either iReady or SBAC. I think SBAC is a little harder for us to achieve at this point.
Everything's around already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and
you
so
were saying that
by
may
5%.
have to go away.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to get that specific, but we
Yeah.
can achieve academic scores in reading and math by 5%
Increase that.
on interim assessments.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you
I-
feel like a
like that.
5% is a doable?
I like that.
Okay. It gives us something to specifically track numerically, data
There,
wise.
yeah, which
Which
I
I think
like.
For a while, we were so off that we couldn't track. We were just trying to pull everybody up. Right now, we are in a position where our iReady scores are showing us that what we have been doing is sticking, and we're ready to take that next jump.
So, did you get that for adding in? You got it, yeah. I know.
When you read the minutes from the meeting before.
Oh, I know, I know, yeah, she gets it.
All right, communication, provide timely and meaningful communication, effective and timely to district students, staff, families across a variety of platforms, Facebook alerts, website, and reader boards. We've been doing pretty well with that, getting out. I'm just thinking of another one that has to go out. Sorry. I saw Brian. That's why it made me look at it.
Blast. It's gotta be everywhere.
And so, but I think that that's always a good and effective goal. I'm not sure how you would make it numerical or database.
I don't
but
think you'll ever achieve it.
no.
Yeah,
To the standard that we would want, no.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Health and safety.
Before we go on, is there anybody else out here that has? Yeah.
If you wanted to make
Could do what?
You mean like send out a weekly?
Like, so you
newsletter?
couldn't measure it?
Some kind of communications going out, right?
Okay, so whoops, the captain's blog.
Yeah, Angela's been doing that for, well, it was gonna be monthly, but then, like I mentioned, we have substitute issues. But yeah, but I think
yeah.
just like, when I manage a lot of the social media along with the other administrators
Yeah.
and secretaries, and I'm always, the more you post on social media, the more engagement you get.
Yeah.
So just, I try to make sure we've got 2 or 3 things going out a week that are positive.
Yeah.
And keep you up at the forefront.
Mhm.
And I think elementary, that's easier. We send our Thursday folders jam packed with all the things. But as you get older kids, how do you keep parents in the loop? I think you're right.
Okay. Do you want to make it more data driven?
I mean, I don't see a detriment to it, right? To have some sort of metric that we hold a standard, weekly. I think.
Can we do, like, I'm thinking both levels.
Yeah.
And Gretchen, you're gonna need to jump in here. Weekly at
I'm
the
listening.
elementary. Go.
Whoops.
Whoops.
I dropped something. Sorry. I'm multitasking. Keep going.
I was thinking more maybe to start off with bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Because sending out at the high school level, like our Gretchen is now on our Facebook. I mean, they're posting a lot. Like
They are.
if that's the metrics, we've already met it.
So for
Yeah.
me, it's like, I think everybody's doing the best they can. On
Yeah.
that deal, and I don't know that I need a measuring tool for that.
Okay.
What I mean.
I agree.
I would say that right now, bi-weekly, I mean, not even Facebook, but like
I'm sorry, it
Synergy.
should be bi-monthly. Sorry, monthly.
Sorry, did you say bi-weekly?
Yeah, bi-weekly would be twice a week. Sorry, I meant bi-monthly.
Bi-month. Okay, yeah. I think we're meeting that, especially with like, I mean, Brian and Justin, well, and Gerald can attest to that, but, well, if you guys check your Synergy, but I've been trying to send out like specific emails as to what's going on, what's coming up, and all that stuff. So I think if you do the bi-monthly, we're definitely meeting that as of right now. And then you throw on social media on top of that. So, I mean, that's my 2 cents.
I don't know what my synergy is.
That was the same
Oh.
thing that I said. Turns out your wife will know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the parent view thing and stuff.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's there.
All right.
Do I have kids
So-
in this school?
What if,
She'll tell me.
I don't,
What about adding on? Well, no, I don't want to add on to everybody, but I think this is really awesome. And I think that the one that the high school did at one point was awesome as well. And
Yes.
that went out quarterly.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it was a quarterly thing, which I think would be,
So we could put that in there, a quarterly newsletter.
yeah, quarterly newsletter and not make it a monthly or anything, just maybe a quarterly newsletter or something, a little pamphlet like this.
And I could
The-
see us, like we've talked about before, putting those in City Hall or in. the mail,
Exactly,
or in
yes, because,
the US mail.
yeah, the city would probably put it in with their bills.
There you go, quarterly newsletter. I don't still want to add another have to have done thing. So everybody's like, oh, I gotta do this Thursday night. I gotta make sure.
Honestly, we pretty much do this.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
just, we haven't recorded it this way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And-
So you need another.
And if we did do that, I know for a fact that both Grants Pass Courier and the Roseburg News Review does a quarterly report with other schools that they send in their newsletters to. And the city does that. And I've seen the schools do that as well. So maybe we could do that with the newspaper as well. And we've got contact for them, so yeah.
Maybe a suggestion for you. We have a lot of really passionate graphic designers in your book, and it'd be cool to see students help us with maybe our quarterly newsletter, because Mr. Perkins did a good job doing that, and he did a lot of it himself. But I could see maybe students having interest in helping us post the pictures they've been taking around all the school events. And
That would be
invited
cool.
for
What do you
someone
think?
to-
Yeah, there's definitely some kids we could ask in your book that would have some great photos for it.
Okay.
And I think they could even help us design the whole newsletter.
Well, yeah,
Some
that
of
would
those.
be
and
way
to me, that's actually more powerful because that's student voice coming out.
Out,
You
yeah.
can have staff articles, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Be a lot of.
I like that idea.
I
There's
like
a
it too.
couple Kids out of your book I can even ask that just, randomly take pictures.
Okay. It's a little bit more than just taking pictures. It's writing captions and maybe paragraphs about activities. Okay. All right.
And we need
Maybe-
to make sure they're proofread.
What?
Huh? French fries.
I said we
French
definitely need to make sure we're proofreading everything before we
Oh.
send it out to the newspaper.
Most
Proofread.
definitely, yes.
Proofread, French fries.
Same difference.
I just heard French fries.
She said she was multitasking. I thought she was cooking.
There you go.
Oh my
All
God.
right.
Sorry.
So moving on to behavior and
Okay,
safety and
so
health.
are we adding that to the
Yes, I
communication?
added it.
Okay, okay.
And then they will be a part of the board packet once a month. Okay. Goal is to provide a safe, respectful, and welcoming learning environment to all students and staff. I'm curious, how are we doing?
As far as new staff goes,
Yeah, and providing that safe, respectful, and welcoming environment. I know it's not 100%.
I've been seeing a lot of improvement with the new staff, like recently.
Okay.
As far as a lot of our teachers go, some of them like immediately bonded with the students, got used to it. There's still a couple teachers that are, struggling and like not good subjects that kids don't like, but not to mention any specifically,
Yeah,
but
no, we're not gonna do that.
but no, I've seen a lot of improvement with the students connecting and getting more used to the new teachers.
Do you
This-
feel like our students think that we have a safe and respectful environment for them to learn?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Like as
Love hearing that.
Mhm.
as far as it's just safe learning environment, I'd say definitely.
I do think that that is something we keep going, and we do collect data on that through our IRE data
Mhm.
annually. We don't specifically track a growth profile, but we do look at those profiles annually. That's the one I feel like we track a little bit better as
Yeah.
far as data.
Something that we do have in here is the district will continue to support a full-time counselor position.
So We are working on some options for the counseling moving forward. We were granted a, what was supposed to be a full 3-year program, turned out to be 2.5 years, of a person that was developing and taking the coursework to become a licensed counselor. Due to, we keep saying this, budget cut, that is getting cut off in December. We are currently working with a couple of options of maybe having third-party programs with our schools in contracts where potentially we look at a counselor who is certified that would like to work in the Glendale area, that would develop a contract with us that is able to bill through insurance and Medicaid, right? But the district could provide them, like Devin said, the space to do the support networking that we need. We have some options working through the ESD out of Roseburg. My concern, I'm just going to be very blunt about those options, is they're talking about those all being video therapy. And I just have to say, I'm not a big fan. Nobody out there is a big fan either. We are networking right now with somebody potential out of Grants Pass that might want to come up. But the gist of it is we cannot afford a counselor at that level. We do have a full-time academic counselor that, and then we provide the Project Youth Plus support, which technically kind of meets this criteria, but that mental health counselor is what we're really working on. What are our options now? Right. The one thing that we've run into that has affected this is the consistent turnover. And if you're having the need to be supported and your person changes every 2 months, nothing ever gets done.
You start back over at ground zero.
Yeah. The benefit of the ESD thing that we've been involved in is we've had these people for 2.5 years and it's been fairly consistent. And that's been kind of nice. But they don't have the money to continue to support that program. And we certainly, for us to take over that program, they told us 2 weeks ago at the superintendent's meeting, it was $90,000 in salary plus benefits. And I don't know where we're going to get that. So we're working on those systems. I think it's a good goal to have. I think it's important to have that resource in Glendale, and we're still trying to network and connect to make it happen.
I think we have to make that solution. Supposed to get someone 1 day a week at the elementary instead of daily. And the response that I got from the person that runs that program was, well, we had someone all lined up for you, but they said you're too far from Roseburg for them. And I feel like the solutions that are being developed are really good for nearby districts to Roseburg. But like Bridget said, if we're not open to video therapy, the answer can't be like, well, we can't provide therapy for your student today if you're too far from Roseburg. So I think we have to kind of take those solutions in our own hands and not expect other people to solve them.
We have some options. I just don't know how they're gonna play out.
Yeah, but they're not the ones that other people try to handle.
No.
Right.
We're thinking outside the box right now.
Okay, so,
Leave it in there then.
yeah.
And I was gonna say,
I mean,
regardless.
so-
of the
Yeah,
goal,
regardless, it's a goal.
It's
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
a necessity.
I do have a question on this. Our safety drills, those are, do we have them, a regular schedule for them?
So we have
Yeah.
monthly fire drills.
Okay,
We have twice a year safety. So we just did the I Love You training with all of our new staff. We will be having a secure building drill coming up.
We do great work and shake out once a year where the whole state does the earthquake drill on the same day.
That should be coming up.
I was gonna say, I thought I
Isn't
saw that
it
was coming
tomorrow?
up, yeah.
Huh?
Isn't it tomorrow?
It might be tomorrow.
Oddly, I usually get things from them, but I haven't gotten.
I
The
think she's
ESP
right.
This tomorrow at 10:16.
And I think the reason that I didn't send it out is I knew you guys were gonna be gone.
Oh, yeah,
So-
do it after Tom.
But yeah, so we try to maintain those. Clint and Lenny and our custodians here at the high school keep a record of those safety drills.
Gotcha. Thank you.
The one that we choose, by the way, not to do, at this point, and research has shown that it's not beneficial to children, is the full-on lockdown, scare the bejesus out of kids drill.
Right.
So we do choose to do the more minor, secure your classroom, because yeah,
Yeah.
there's kids that have had nightmares after those drills are done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're gonna secure your room in that fashion, kids are gonna go with you.
Something that would be nice to see is like, if they do track those, maybe have those on the report so that we know that we're seeing that it's getting tracked. That it's happening, because this is, data driven. Sort of, it's like on the report that we get from Clint, maybe just say, this happened, fire drill happened this day.
Okay.
Or something like that,
Got it. Yep.
just so
Safety
that,
report.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah, so that we're seeing that, yes, we are getting this done.
Okay.
Just,
I actually think that maybe we will add that one line to a principal's report because they're more in charge of when those happen.
okay.
Okay.
Lenny used to know.
Oh, yeah. I'm just thinking that
You're right.
Clint's not necessarily in that complete loop.
Okay.
That happens at the building level, not that level. Okay.
Okay.
Community engagement, engage student families, staff in supporting our schools and improving educational outcomes. Continue to update the community on, I thought took that out last
I
year.
thought we did too.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay. Because we are done with our bond progress.
Right.
Research.
No, we took it out of our goals this
but not-
year,
But not.
but we haven't done this.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so, yeah,
I would recommend that part go
Yeah.
out. Research and explore different options and opportunities to engage our community. Obviously, we've been doing a lot of that with the Ford Foundation grant. And so I think the reports that we bring to you monthly quantify all of the things we're trying to do to engage our community and our activities. And it is one of our primary goals, to enrich those programs this year.
I think adding the community barbecue, because that's something that we have added in.
Okay.
And something that you and I still haven't done is we talked about doing a community just State of the Union thing.
Yeah, that got put by,
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
last
yes, it did.
Nobody showed up the year before.
that is true.
That's true. I think we
That is
had two
true.
people that showed up or something.
Well, they were forced to be there.
State of the Union.
So typically, up until last year, I've done a report in February or in January that just says where we are, where we're trying to go, what our goals are, what our responsibilities are for the community if they want to attend.
Yeah.
There was a lot on plates last year, and I can't remember, there was something big that happened and that got pushed back.
Yeah.
And I think there was a weather thing, but I think my personal
No,
issue.
there was something else that happened. I
involved in
can't
that.
remember.
Well, I think it was like a snow day. It was like a snow day.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll get that back on the plate.
Yeah.
But I do think we report a lot to the board on our community activities because that is a primary
Yes.
goal.
Yeah.
Ensure all buildings have a set of guidelines and operating procedures for students and staff to follow. I don't know about this one as stability. I mean, we have our handbook. We have updated our handbook annually. It's pretty progressive that we keep on top of that one. So I'm not quite sure Um, what,
It says just basically continue updating handbooks and reviewing policy related to the successful operation of the
Yeah.
district.
yeah,
It's covered.
You know,
Okay.
it's just plain and
okay,
it's not a,
do anything more. Okay.
yeah, because that's what. Unless, does anybody have anything for, stability and consistency, having a different goal or another goal on that? No? Okay, all right. Staff retention,
I can go into building consistency.
yes.
I mean, we turned over 24% of our staff this year.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be a good one to have in here. Staff retention. And in order to do that,
Not to make anybody feel bad.
and not at all.
You know, some of it is, a lot of it is out of our control.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie.
Yeah.
But, doing things on a quarterly basis from the board and from admin that show our appreciation for the hard work that our staff does, I think goes a long way
Mhm.
in that recognition of an appreciation for, I mean, you both have wives that are, all three of you have wives that are working in and know how much hours they spend. And I just think little things.
You
Yeah.
got left out, sorry.
Well, because she doesn't work here.
Because she's not one of mine anymore.
That doesn't come.
But I think, little things go a long way, in my opinion.
I do.
And
too.
I think
Yeah.
that if we make a commitment, and it's not the big things, it's not making them lunch every month or every quarter, but it might be a letter from the board. It might
Might
be,
Percent, I mean,
Mhm.
statistics prove,
Yeah.
praise goes.
environment where people feel welcomed and
Yeah.
Yeah.
outweighs a lot of other things.
How about do a quarterly staff appreciation, gesture?
That was gonna be my, how do we write that into a goal?
There we go.
Staff.
Do a quarterly staff appreciation gesture, gesture. I think that's all we would need, really. I mean, we don't have to put it in writing as to,
Yeah,
Right?
I think it would come from, well, I think it would come from both myself. I think the board should do. it.
So Angela, what do you think?
That's what I was thinking. Let's get there.
Like, one of the things that came across in negotiations last year
Right.
was how are we being appreciated? And I guess that's really stuck with me.
Yeah, it has with me too.
And
What
so-
and they've asked
And-
specifically. the
Sometimes
board.
we can't do it monetarily, so how do we do it?
Okay.
I will also say visits. I know Gerald's been in the
Mhm.
building. I know Brian has been in and out of the building a couple of times. But I'm gonna say that goes a long way.
Yeah.
To, calling the principal and say, can I come and just hang out in a couple classrooms?
I thought about that, but then I didn't want to be,
a distraction.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, really, like.
But if you understand that the principal is gonna say, hey, today's not a good day because we have all this going on.
Right.
Right? But I would have said 9.9 times out of 10, I would have said, come on in, join the mayhem.
Or
Yeah.
that, or then not, I thought maybe, some staff might feel like you're like big brother watching type thing, but.
They don't, when I've gone in, they are just like,
They think
You-
that's
you
what
wanna
I
sit
walk
down?
in.
You wanna
I'm
sit-
Big Brother
yeah, you want to sit down and read with the kids? You want to do this? You want to do that? It's like, yeah, they're.
Because it's already
excited.
been documented. I don't have
Yeah.
a job, so I guess I don't. have time, So.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
this is
you
also
need to have
within
a job
reason.
Yeah, not every day, not.
And not show up unannounced.
And not all at once.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so how
Look
about,
at
I will
Look at
make an
Devin up
effort to
going,
pop
look
in.
at what she's rolling through.
Oh, I'm just processing. I'm just not into that stuff. So I'm just like,
Well-
I think how you make people stay, like Brian said, you build a spot they want to be in. I think that comes down to a lot of the things like making them feel supported by sending them to investing in them with training. Or supporting the decisions they make, or letting them know the great things you see in their classroom.
I,
The big picture things like that we can't change are like, I can make $25,000 somewhere else. Like that, those are a lot of the reasons I'm moving, like that people that. I'm
I
moving
can
out
make
of
more
this
money, I
town.
can, yeah.
Yeah, like there's some things like that we can't really control. So I think that this is only so much in our control. And that you guys do a lot, you do the staff appreciation lunch. I don't know like how much more of that like kind of stuff helps, but I'll be the first to admit that I'm not like waiting for that. I know some people that deposit in their emotional piggy banks is more important than it is to me. But I'm just like, I don't need the extra stuff, but.
Devin, I'll tell you, it's
Well,
pretty important to me and you
it's-
don't give it to me.
and I'm gonna
I
say.
was gonna say, a lot of people it goes a long ways.
It definitely does, and it's, you know, but on the flip side, and not to get too off on the tangent, but playing devil's advocate, to some degree, being in writing that, hey, we're doing this, kind of takes away the luster of a cultural change, right? When,
Yeah.
not that we're going around going, here's the district goals, but it's our job to appreciate you. Every 3 months, we're gonna say, hey, right, where truthfully, it just has to be a cultural, I would almost say, hey, we all intend to do that, we should strive to do that. But almost put it in writing takes away some of that luster,
That's-
right?
yeah, That's very true.
Flowers for your wife.
Yeah, it's like, hey, it's my obligation to do this every quarter.
Here's our-
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next classroom, open the door, thank you, you know, so on and so forth, where
Yeah.
that should be
But
our
I
goal.
do
Okay.
think that looking at
Staff
staff
retention.
retention and
Yeah.
making, efforts along that line are
Yeah.
going to be important. I mean, it was so profound to listen to them during negotiations. And I'm thinking,
It
they don't
was.
know how much we appreciate them.
Yeah.
If that's what they're coming at
Yeah.
us with. And so,
I agree.
I don't know. I think there's a fine line there.
100%. I think there's a
Yeah.
way we do it without putting an obligation of a
Right.
quarterly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe under have that there for a goal,
Staff retention.
staff
Yeah.
retention, but just work on ways to,
This,
Yeah.
yeah,
work on ways to, or continue working on ways to look at
Staff retention.
retaining staff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, that
What's
got
on-
quiet.
what's on your mind with that?
Okay.
No.
It was humorous.
All right. So there's our goals, district goals. We do need to entertain a motion to accept or decline the
Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
district goals with changes.
I'd like to make a motion.
Stole my thing.
The conference schedule.
You say?
Oh, I'm sorry, I read something wrong there. I'm sorry, district goals. Sorry.
With the accepted change.
With the except,
You would have had it.
With the.
With the
Okay.
accepted changes. Ron, go ahead, take it away.
Oh, no, yeah, you've already stole my thunder, so. Hadn't said a word all night.
Angela's got something. to say.
Did somebody second it? You thought I didn't corral children.
I feel like my.
okay, so do we have a motion
Yes.
that is understandable?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the district goals and the changes made.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Oh, well, I mean, yes, I second that.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Vote. Gerald, yes.
Brian, yes.
Ron,
We have to.
yes.
Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes.
Yes.
All right. Conference schedule. We on our district calendar have conferences scheduled for November 6th and 7th. A proposal has been brought to me to consider having conferences, going to school on November 5th, having conferences that evening and all day on the 6th. The rationale behind the proposal from both schools is that we can see a lot more people on evenings. The Friday tends to be very sparsely attended.
Friday was just a daytime deal.
Yeah. And we feel like we could maybe have a better impact if we did 2 consecutive nights to accommodate parents who are working.
Both those,
We work about the same amount of hours because we work a really long day Thursday and we work an evening.
Majority of staff's acceptable to that?
We put out a poll, they almost all want to do it.
Wednesday,
It's. I mean,
So I take it there's no
expect that.
school on the 6th.
There is no school on the 6th. That would be our only no school day. They would go to school on the 5th and then we would start conferences around 4:30 on the 5th and go to
I
like
have no
8.
idea.
What's the 6th? Why is there's no school?
Because we have
Because
scheduled
you had the
conferences.
conference. Gotcha. Okay.
We definitely need 1 full day
Gotcha.
in order to do it.
It would
Okay.
be both evenings.
It'd be both
So like 8
evenings,
o'clock?
Make it Friday, so we'd be done, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock.
So it'd be like a 11-hour day on Thursday. I think it's the way it worked out.
And Wednesday, because if they're doing,
I thought
yeah.
about this last year because we've done this, so like we worked a long day on Thursday and had to come back on Friday.
Yeah.
And we just went like, nobody's coming between 8 and noon on Friday. Let's add the extra evening where you're actually gonna see band.
Oh, I agree, because
Gotcha.
the majority of people have jobs during the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in order to do that, I need the board to vote to change the calendar.
Okay.
Um,
I will entertain a motion to change the conference schedule to the 5th and 6th of November.
Make a motion that we move the conference to November 5th and 6th, November.
Okay, there is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? I'm sorry. Well, we had a second. Yes, vote. Sorry. Gerald, yes. I just
Brian,
lost
yes.
it.
Ron, yes.
Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes.
And yes.
Thank you. Old business, board training session, November 19th. Just reminding everybody that that is happening, November 19th.
It's on this calendar.
It's here.
That's here. All right.
Okay. 6.2, review of action list timeline. Can we add the charter agreement for every 5 years to that on our timeline? I think that would be a good thing to have there. And
Sure. you
Get rid of review policy BHD now.
our policy committee, we still have TBD, and that's because we're waiting on the thing to get published
Yep.
and for our new updates. Okay. And
You want to get rid of the policy, review the policy BHD? Isn't that what we were talking about this morning, today,
where is that?
on our open action list?
Oh, yeah.
We get rid of that in
Yes.
compensation.
Yep. Both of those can go.
Yep.
Hoot, hoot.
Can we,
Oh,
oh. Got it. Never mind, already got it scheduled.
review policy KF graduating requirements.
Yeah, we talked about that not that long ago, and I can't remember what was discussed about.
We have review policy IKF graduation requirements, if any updates.
We already updated.
Okay.
They added last year
Right.
personal finance
Okay.
and
Did I
careers.
hear that they were doing something else this year?
I'm gonna honestly say not to my knowledge at this time.
Okay,
I have not heard that.
okay,
I think
okay.
you're thinking of the personal finance. And the other one.
Yeah,
They were supposed to be in alignment by this year. And so we
in,
do teach personal finance
okay,
and
okay,
careers.
that, yeah, okay.
That was probably what that was just the last legislative session, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what yeah, okay. And that was in,
We knew for a year.
Okay. Okay, all right. So we can make that go away or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna just scratch and stuff off here.
District. Right. We're just leaving that on for at this point. And then district goals align, and that's we're gonna keep that on there just indefinite. They do now, but will continue as well. Okay. Yeah. Just to make sure that it doesn't get dropped anywhere, if any, yeah. Okay. And any questions from anybody out there in the wonderful world? No? Okay.
One final thing, we will be sending out notifications. This is the one I needed to remind, because Brian reminded me. For the student health survey that is done in November. So be ready for those notifications. Parents do have a right to opt out of that process. Students also have the right to opt out.
Once it happens.
Yeah, there's this third question.
I think it's like first or second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right. Do you want to even take this? basically?
And I think we only had like 10% say no. And I have to tell you, getting the data, it was really informative to me, last year. Actually, I got it this fall, but. All right, are you done?
Yeah, entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Oh. I thought you said, hold on.
there you go, Ron.
Oh,
Would you like me to say that? Make a motion that we adjourn.
is there a second?
I second.
Gerald, yes.
Brian, yes.
Ron, yes.
Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes.
And yes.
You go.
All right, my friend, you're out.
Just a reminder,
Say the same.
finance committee meeting, Monday, 9 a.m.
I apologize for that.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I had it on my calendar.
The cards
I
are coming.